Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the dark side of the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right. The Podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes, and joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, the Bell. How are we doing tonight, Bell?
You know what? I'm cracking up over Luke's comment.
What was
the starting in time ticks down at about the same speed as the OSMO token. Coincidence?
Yeah, that's funny. We'll address it. Face the camera. Let everybody have a good look at you. Go ahead. Is this Halloween thing? Give it up for the Bell. All right. Look, she says, you know, I can do it too. And yeah, that's why she's the greatest producer of all time.
You know what? We need to have them figure out who wore it best, though.
Oh, well, duh. Come on. Come on, you're one of the few girls in crypto. So, yeah, and I know my audience. I already know which way this is going to go. I'm pretty sure we discussed this before we went live. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, or as we should know, or as we will find out, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo's no longer acceptable. Time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. And again, thank you. That is 3 rounds of applause. All right, 3. That's 2 for me. That's 1 for Bell. We're off, guys. We're rolling strong. And yeah, Luke, that's funny, man. You know, and I'll break my own rhythm here just to take a look at this one. Yeah, that's misery. There's no other real way to describe that, man. That is just flat out misery. The 90-day chart on this is vicious. All right, there's nothing in here that is appealing to anybody aside from a couple of little Umi spikes that we got here from them playing around with that big ass loan that's sitting out there. But yeah, dude, they're taking out the world, and I find it concerning a little bit that as far as crypto Twitter goes, and I understand crypto Twitter's dead, man. Look, all the shillers, the hypers, the influencers, they're gone. They're dead. They're buried. Economic reality caught up with their predictions, and everybody just walked away from them. So I understand that crypto Twitter has kind of died out, but it's died out because it's not entertaining. At least they were entertaining, and now there's nothing. But it's a little alarming to me that Cosmos Twitter, which there is, you know, there's still a good core group of people up there posting. But it's alarming to me that more people aren't talking about it because I for some reason, why do the implications of this just seem to dodge everybody? Now, you have your typical narrative that goes out. I was looking at a post. I was going to mention it, but I'll mention it because New Type came on to the Discord and he posted a conversation I guess he was having with CryptoCito, and I went and looked at it. I tend not to comment or have anything to do with I tend to be realistic, and that lends itself to negativity right now because, for God's sakes, look at the market. All right, it's right there in front of you. That's not good, and he makes his living doing this. So I don't want to piss on anybody's parade, but I'll tell you what, the most alarming thing that I saw on there was was a couple of his posts. You just got to take time, let the builders build. Yeah. You know, it's the old tired broken narrative. But the other tweet that he put out there, man, that one was a little disturbing. Is that it should be the focus of Cosmos people. That's me, that's you, that's all of us. To do outreach, to onboard new people, to get more people over here into the ecosystem. And honestly, man, I could not in good conscience do that because what you're telling me is that in order for my investments to go up, I have to get people to buy behind me. Now, I don't know what you call it. But what I call it and what the world calls it is a Ponzi scheme. That the way for you to be profitable here is to get in first and then get other people to buy in behind you because the products that you're pitching have no value capture to themselves. They simply don't. Atom is one of those. All right, there is no value capture to it. It's a plaything. It's an ecosystem token. It's the big dog. But it doesn't capture value. And coming up with these incredibly complex financial models, like you stake some here, then you borrow against it, then you take some USDC and you put it over here and you borrow against that so that you can long against this, and wrap this up with a couple of LSDs and then put them here, here, and here, and you're going to earn 109%. Surely anybody who's going to look at this and just, okay, that's leverage extreme, and that's fine, but this can't be all that you're offering. This can't be the sole focus of the ecosystem. And right now it is. Right now it is. The sole focus of Cosmos ecosystem, at least as far as YouTube or Twitter goes, is get people to buy it. Get people behind you. And then we come up with these incredibly complex financials that'll make you 109% guaranteed. Now, they never talk about the risk. They never mention that. But all of that it's got to be a factor here. And believe it or not, a lot of it comes back right around to that chart right there. That's your OSMO chart. You understand, guys, that the bulk of every Cosmos token, the bulk of all of them, are sitting right here, right there in osmosis. And they are paired against osmosis. And as osmosis continues to devalue, and nothing on this chart to me right here, that's 90 days, guys. Nothing on here suggests to me that this thing has got some kind of big-ass recovery that's going to come into it. I'm not seeing it. So as Osmo continues to devalue, as the ticking time bomb on UMI continues to, get closer to D-Day, and as it sucks down the value of every other token that's paired against it, how can you look at this and say, man, look, we're doing it, all right? You just need time. Let the builders build, and yeah. That's 90 days. That's from 50. That's right there, man. It's down from 50+ cents to 22. How much more time do you need to get your shit together? Now, I get it. You had a great time at Cosmoverse. That's great, man. All the builders and techs and everybody gets together and they all clap each other on the back and tell about the wonderful work that they're doing. But how many of you are actually looking out here and getting savaged like this? Because you're not the ones paying the price. Investors are paying the price. I'm paying the price. You're paying the price. If you're invested in ecosystem tokens over here and you're getting smacked around, you are the one paying for it. So as much as I appreciate the message, just wait, just give it time, all's going to be well. As much as I appreciate that, I would appreciate you at least being conscious of the fact that cognizant of the fact that I am getting my ass kicked out here. 100% getting my ass kicked. And the blind devotion to your narrative is no longer going to play. It's just not. It's why I'm going so hard at validators anymore. That's why I keep just trying to beat the hell out of these guys, because you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution right now. You're part of the problem, because you know what? We'll just show it from my favorite chain right here. This one. I'm going to show you this from my favorite chain. This is Jackal. All right, this is Jackal validator set right there. And we're looking at it on omniflix.co. By the way, I love using this. I think Omniflix, they knocked it out of the park on this one. But I'm going to show you something and then give you my takeaway from this. So obviously, look, man, I'm heavily invested in this chain. All right, I'm all the way in. We stood up a validator to capture commission because I was planning on staking, but to capture the commission to make sure that it doesn't get sold. Now, do you understand that? We run this validator at a loss because we never liquidate the tokens, ever. You can check it out. Look at our wallets. We have never liquidated a Jackal token off in this validator, ever, because that's sell pressure. And you have to you want to see sell pressure? There you go. There's sell pressure. All right, that's what you get when you don't actually have any skin in the game or any interest in your chain. Now, for us, where it hits me personally, and where it really starts to, I know Bell is bothered by it too, is Jackal has an AMA every single Wednesday, 1300 Central. There's a Jackal AMA. We have 100. All of these are validators. All of these are validators. These are all people who are getting money off from this chain. All the people who are being paid to provide this service. And how many people were on the last AMA, Bell? How many people were there?
Ooh, I want to say there were only like 6 or 7 of us outside of the Jackal team.
6 or 7 of us outside of the Jackal team. There's 100 validators here. And the only 2 people from here that I saw that were validators that were actually attending the AMA was ThePodocasts and Astrovault. And I think we had one more on here. He's a little bit further down the list. One of our other guys that's there all the time. Let me see if I can find his. It doesn't matter. But there's three.
I want to say I know Spantobi was on there.
Yeah, Spantobi. He's the other one. So we had 3 out of 100 people that are being paid to support this chain that would actually attend the AMA to get information about the chain that they're being paid to support. 3. Now, this is not a Jackal problem, guys. This is a Cosmos problem. I mean, a wide-ranging Cosmos problem where props go up and the default vote of every validator out there is abstain. You could pass virtually anything over here with a 40% because that's about all that's going to actually vote on these proposals. These are people who are voting your money. These are people who are being paid to do this. And you can't even get 60% of them. That's 6 out of 10 won't even vote. Odds are good the 6 out of 10 don't even know that there's a proposal up. They have no idea because they have no interest in governing. They have interest in standing up validators and harvesting money off from them. That's it. Sorry, that's the truth. And these are the same people who are going to dump these tokens on you over and over and over. They are your sell pressure. So as much as I appreciate what they have going, the idea of it, I think it's great. It worked when there was still interest in an ecosystem. But right now, with all the descending money and everybody taking off and there's really no action over here, it is simply a drain on the same ecosystem. Now, we talked about this on the last stream because I have a proposal. I'm going to put it up on. I'm going to put it up for Jackal, the chain that I validate on. And we're going to see how it goes. But it was interesting because I saw it start getting a little bit of pickup chatter on Twitter. They even CC'd me. You know, I heard it on the podcast. Great. The counter argument that I'm seeing on this and hearing about this is that anything that we propose that changes the status quo, it's not going to work. It's not financially viable. It's not sustainable. It's not A, B, or C. I keep hearing the same thing. But I got to ask, how do you know? Because 1, you haven't tried it. And 2, how is the status quo going for you? Because as much as I appreciate the argument, well, it won't work. Well, what we have right now isn't working. Not as far as the investor is concerned. Now, that's my wheelhouse. This is what I'm concerned about because I'm an investor, because you're an investor. So as much as I appreciate sticking with the way it's always been, man, look, the way it's always been isn't working for me anymore. So why don't we try something else? If it bricks, it bricks. All right, but what we have right now is well on its way to bricking, and there is nothing that's going to stop it. Nothing. There is no big magic pool of internet money that's just going to suddenly flow out here and save everything. It isn't going to happen. Investors are talking and investors are walking. The money outflow of Cosmos is a hell of a lot more than the money inflow. There is no unified vision. There is no sustained message. It feels to me as if everybody is just trying to get what they can while they can. And don't take my word for it. Look at the token prices. Look at your OSMO. Look at your Atom. The two that can never, ever fail. The two that have to support everything. Atom's at $6.27. The last time it was this low was June of 2022. Now, who remembers what happened in June of 2022? I'll tell you what, I'll give 500 Jackal to anybody who could come up and tell me what happened that was such a big deal in crypto in June of 2022. If you could tell me that, we'll give you 500 Jackal. So, I think it's time for a change. I'm more than happy to have the discussion. If I can use my voting power to affect change, I'm going to use my voting power to affect change because I have skin in this game. All right, I'm not sitting on the sidelines hoping things work out. That's one stake, one of my stakes on one of my wallets on this particular validator. The bulk of everything on this validator of that 5.2 million tokens is mine. I don't know if anybody else validates with us. I've never asked you to. As a matter of fact, I suggest you don't because I do believe in decentralization. But we're not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm here to protect that stake. And every token that I can harvest is a token that doesn't get dumped on me. That's why I do what I do. That's why I have validators set up on the chains that I have validators set up. It is to protect my investment. every one of them run at a loss. I don't think that this should be a moneymaker. I think that this should be something that's done because you want to support a chain. And the opportunity cost, in my opinion, of me doing this, even though I'm losing money month after month after month, the opportunity cost of me protecting the tokens wildly, wildly exceeds the cost of that validator. And for people who are not terribly familiar with it, validators are not expensive. The boxes are not expensive. We have 3 of them. I pay $270 a month for all 3 boxes. And these are high-end ones, all right? This is not just scrape and buy or a PC under my desk. These are high-end servers in a level 2 data center. So the equipment cost is not expensive. If you can't find that deal, reach out to me because I'm pretty sure I can get you hooked up too. Anyway, Belle, we're wrapping towards the end of it. Do we have any questions, comments, concerns, or do they just want to look at you in your vest?
All right, so we do actually have some comments and questions. But we also have a couple of people who chimed in regarding the question you asked about what happened in June of 2022.
Yep.
Angel Crypto guessing FTX collapse.
Why don't we go to the max? It's probably easier to show it if we go to the max, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to remember this once you see it. But let's see. It shows up a lot better with Adam. 1 second, guys. Hang on. It's loading. Let's all get there together. 1 second, we go to max. That's the little number that we're looking at right there. So the lowest that Adam has been was right there in June of 2022. So yes, that's where it occurred. That's when it occurred, and we will go ahead and reward you. The Luna Bell, please carry. Or I'm sorry, the Jackal Bell, please carry.
Yeah, on. and then MJ, Microman, and Joshua Knight chimed in right behind Angel Crypto and said, "Okay, Terra collapse, Terra and Terra."
Terra. Who got the first Terra in?
That was MJ.
MJ. There you go, man. You get your money. Who said FTX?
That was Angel Crypto.
Angel Crypto, I'm going to give you 500 anyway for at least remembering that. You guys know the drill here. Send Belle your wallet address, your Jackal wallet address, and when she gets it, you'll have 500 shiny new Jackals sitting in your wallet. I'm just happy people remember FTX or that it actually occurred. It wasn't in June. That was Terra. That was the end of days.
Still going on.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on, Belle.
Still going on. All right, anyway. All right, first comments coming in, both of them from Microman. Microman says, looking sharp, Scott, and smooth, Bella.
There you go, Belle. You got a smooth. You got a rim shot. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking librarian, but smooth works. Carry on, Belle.
Stephen Douglas chiming in saying, Bell is the crypto smoke show.
I'll give you another rim shot. Go.
All right, regarding the current OSMO chart, Microman chiming in, Jesus, bloodbath.
Have you not been watching it, dude? Do you not watch my videos or follow me on the Tweeter? Follow me on the Tweeter. I like to think I'm staying current with this and posting it pretty much every day. Yeah, man, it's doom. It is just absolute doom in crypto form. But for those of you who still believe, and I do still get comments, response on this, you just don't get it, man. It's the time to buy. I was like, you told me that at 30 cents, dude. You told me that at 35 cents. It's at 22 now. Is it still the time to buy? DCA all the way. You guys know the drill here. Carry on, Belle.
Oh boy, Brownsburg Bats. I love the posts related to AMP saying you only lose if you sell.
Oh God, man. You know, that's okay. Say that to FTX. Say that to it's nonsense, man. It's absolutely meaningless. I understand people don't like the psychological hit of locking in losses. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're locking in losses. But you have to consider opportunity costs. Now, we spend a lot of time here talking about opportunity costs. And, it's really, really easy when you see something like Dissenter and the fact that people are still holding on to these just dying do-nothing cryptos and missed a Dissenter, 130% pump on Dissenter over a week. And you know, you got to look at it now. Not only have you you didn't realize your losses, but you just doubled them up because you didn't take advantage of another ascending token. These are opportunity costs, man. Look, you cannot marry your tokens. You cannot fall in love and marry your tokens. Not here, not in this space, not unless you have a very, very, very good idea of what they are, where they're going, and the potential of them. Because if you ignore things like sunken cost fallacy and opportunity costs, if you ignore these, you are simply going to bleed down, and you're not going to be the first. All right, this is crypto. It's crypto in a nutshell, man. Look, nobody is out here. Nobody out here is your friend. Not the builders, not the debt. Nobody out here is your friend if you are a crypto investor. They are going just as PvP on you as every other investor out here. They want your money. That's what they want. And they're not doing it for the benefit of you. They're doing it for the benefit of them. And you're gonna have to get your mind right on that. So anyway, we're changing it up a little bit on the live reads now. Belle has started getting us side gigs. She's getting us side gigs all over. We have 2 of them that are coming up, and Belle's going to be telling you all about the first one. We're going to take a break, then we're going to get back to some money. Belle, where are we going?
All right, podcasters. It's time for the main event. Your host with the most will be live from the Man Yard on Saturday from 8 to 8:30, and we got balloons to give away. Look for the moped. Come on by and say, "Give me a balloon, you big silly ass." And you got it. That's the Man Yard, Des Moines' only Eastern European all-male review. The Poles with the Poles. Right on 14th Street and MLK Boulevard. Can't wait to see you there. Now, let's get back to it, podcasters. The golden oldie, the platter that matters. It's Melanie, and she's got a brand new key.
We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that was, I double-clicked the button, Belle. I'm sorry, you had a comment and you wanted to read. Go.
All right. Well, Luke chimed in with a comment just now that had you cracking up. Yeah, Luke, Bella giving me the teacher vibe in that outfit. Can I secure my dirty thoughts on Jackal?
You know what? Luke, yes, you can. You can secure your dirty thoughts on Jackal. And I got to ask, for everyone in the audience, I'd love a show of hands. Have you guys tried it yet with the 2 gigs? I mean, it's 2 gigabytes. It costs you about 25 cents a year. So have you guys actually tried it? I'd love a show of hands to see if you guys have given it a chance yet. We're this close on Amuse. That's it, man. We're just trying to finalize, wrap the list, a little bit of security, but we're this close on Amuse. And at that point, it's going to be mobile. And I think we found a way to integrate it with the 2 gigabyte plan. So you can use this mobile. And yeah, for the same price, 25 cents approximately per year. And yeah, we sure hope you guys bring it out and support us. Anyway, I know we got some more questions and comments. We're going to get to all of them. But guys, we got to do some money stuff, all right? Because I am a crypto investor. So wanted to give you guys a real quick update. I have to change screens before I do this. I didn't do my Patreon video today, and we got the little 5K wallet. I wanted to give you guys an update on that one. So That's currently where we're sitting. We started the wallet with 4,700, and this is a tough market, man. And it's taken me 3 weeks to even earn that much, to even be up the $450, man. It has been just double rough, and I'm effectively all in on a couple of tokens. Now I can't sell off the Jackal because I don't sell Jackal. I only buy Jackal, but that's one of my long-term, not going anywhere. Everything's going to be good. I parted out the last little bit of the atom. You know what? We're gonna finish that off right now if I can. Where do I put? We'll put it into a cache. I can't have this stuff anymore, man. It is just it's burning, dying, and I have no interest in it. So we're gonna be dumping it into the cache. Now I'm going a little bit heavier on this particular wallet into a cache than I really meant to, but the price is sexy to me right now. I mean, the price is just absolutely sexy. I like a cash under 80 cents. Under 80 cents, I'm all ears. I'm very interested. Of cash, of course, is it's to cloud computing what Jackal is to cloud storage. So it would be very difficult of me to favor one and not the other. Now, I do want you to keep in mind that I'm not in this one on this wallet. I'm not in there forever. All right, I'm in here until I can get a cash to about 90 to 92 cents, anywhere in that range, and I'm clearing it all. I'll dump it. A cash has been excellent lately, at least the last over the 30 days. You guys see these waves that this thing makes? Suddenly it has a good news day and everybody wants it, and then everybody parts with it. Then it has another good news day and everybody parts with it. I'm kind of betting on that. Now, it's not... It's a market sentiment thing. That's really all it is, because I'm not the only one that sees that. Now, just looking at a chart like that, there's no guarantee it's going to go up, none whatsoever. Cash could easily fall off 10, 15, 20% overnight. It could easily do that because this is crypto, and you got to keep that in mind. But this is almost a market psychology play for me, because there's lots of other people that are going to be looking at a chart like this and saying, well, hey, it's down. Maybe this thing's got some room to run. Now, I hope it does. And I've went kind of, for this particular wallet, I went really heavy in it. Now, my moneymaker was Dissenter. So I told you guys that about a week, 10 days ago. I said, keep your eye on Dissenter. Nobody knows about it. Nobody cares. Every live stream you've ever seen me do, you've seen Dissenter, because the browser you're looking at right now is, in fact, Dissenter. But I kind of thought something might fall into place. Something did fall into place. And suddenly Dissenter, the little known, we don't care, and it's tough to get crypto people to use crypto projects. But suddenly, over the last 7 days, it did this. This is what it did. So you're talking about over the last 14 days, month, but over the last 17 days, 115%. Now, I was actually able to realize some profits on this because and it made up for a little Juno error I made on this particular wallet. But I was able to realize some profits off from this, and was able to pour them back in here up into a cash, because, again, a cash, I'm looking when things settle down a little bit, or Greg comes out with another little piece of news or something. But I fully expect a cash to get back into the 90-cent range. Now, please keep in mind, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'm disclosing what I'm doing with my own personal wallets, and I'm giving you the context behind them. I don't care what you do with your money. I have no interest in your money unless you want to give it to me. If you want to give it to me, I'll certainly take it. But yeah, the idea there is that I'm going to catch another 250, 260, 270 here on a cash, and I will clear the entire position when it gets to 90 to 92, because I don't think it's going to run any more than that, because it hasn't. All right, it's been staying. I think it's right priced right now. I think it's a little bit low to where it should be, but it is in the ballpark of right price. Now, I'm comfortable in this because I don't think it's going to fall off 10, 15, or 20%, so the money feels very secure. Belle, I see you leaning your head. Are you just bored here? Do we not do money talks anymore? Is that not what the channel is about?
I'm paying attention. That's why I'm leaning my head.
You do it like a Cocker Spaniel. Look at your... That's something. Thank you. Round of applause. So... Ultimately, all of this, any profits that I take on this, any more additional profits I'm going to take on Dissenter, even though I'm basically it's a free ride from here on out, and I'm going to kind of let it go. But anything else I'm going to be pulling off here is going to be going into Jackal. Now it's tough for me to do that on a smaller wallet like this because it limits my working capital, because I don't sell Jackal. So even if Jackal was to pop off 10, 15, 20%, and this thing can do it any damn time, I can't realize the profits on that. So I have to split the profits in between USDC and Jackal because, again, it's my long term. But it's working. It's working. The little strategy that we're doing this, I haven't played small ball in a really, really long time. And it's different, man. It's different when you're counting pennies right now. I make trades and it's, $180 in slippage. I'm like, well, that's the cost of it. But over here, man, I'm counting pennies. So I'm literally looking for better paths to make my trades because it'll save me $1 or $2 just in $1 or $2 in gas and slippage. So, yeah, it's getting real tough. But it's moving along. I'm comfortable with it now. I obviously I wish it would be higher, but we are taking it. We are being profitable on the wallet in this market, so it kind of works for me. I think my last shot, by the way, when I really start hucking stuff in, when I can really start turning this thing up, is it'll all probably go into Bitcoin. Not because I love Bitcoin, but because we all saw briefly just the mere, even a bad tweet, how much people are actually waiting for this. They cannot wait to get the Bitcoin in there. They cannot wait to get this pop. And I don't know exactly when it's coming. The ETFs are going to be approved. Absolutely, they're going to be approved. But I don't know exactly when. So the tough part about holding Bitcoin right now is that you're basically locked into it. It's going to go up a few percent, down a few percent, man. It's Bitcoin. But all the doomsayers that are out there saying 18,000 Bitcoin, I don't see that. I mean, not unless something happens. Jerome Powell, SEC, whatever, they all come out and say the end is here. You know what? Get everything, save yourselves. Cities are burning. Unless that happens, I don't see Bitcoin hitting 18,000. Up a couple percent, down a couple percent. I think it'll do that. So my idea is that I want to be positioned when that ETF does come, because it will come. I own Bitcoin. I own several Bitcoins, and I want to be positioned for when it comes, because I'm going to catch that day one pump, and I'm going to realize every profit, every single bit of it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm going to start pushing them back over into alt tokens. I'm not in Bitcoin long. Bitcoin's a speculative asset. I don't want to be in a speculative asset. I want to be in use case assets. I want to be in Dissenter. I want to be in Jackal. I want to be in Akash. I want to be there. I want to be in Orchid. I want to be in these products as opposed to the speculative ones. But it'll be interesting as hell. Very, very interesting. It'll be incredibly interesting just watching the velocity of money come back to crypto, because it's been gone for a long, long time. And if you don't remember what velocity of crypto or velocity of money is, not familiar with me discussing that, just ask. I could talk about that stuff all day. Anyway, that's the wallet update. For the Patreons that didn't see it, man, I'm sorry I didn't cut the video. I got a thing that I got going on right now. But there is your update. So anyway, Belle, questions, comments, concerns? I don't want to leave anybody hanging.
All right, Luke, in the stats, Cosmos is thriving, but that's from people outside looking in. Problem is it's a one-way mirror. They can't see the people inside scratching at the window to get out.
Yeah, you know what it is? Who saw Superman 2? Who remembers Superman 2? Who remembers when General Zod and they trapped him in the mirror and then the mirror flew away? That's OSMO right now. That's the OSMO investor just clawing at the mirror as all the devs watch it just wave. They watch it. They wave at it going away. And every investor, they're just clawing out the window. Please let us out. Save us. And yeah, they have no intention. Good metaphor. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Microman. Holy crap. Bitcana at .008. Been a couple of weeks since I checked. Is there anything Cosmos tokens can do to escape the Atom Osmo toxicity?
Not Bitcana. Bitcana runs lockstep with Atom. It always has. So it was kind of glorious when Adam was doing well. But now Adam is not doing well. Now Adam is doing something else. So we'll take a look at the Adam chart if it'll come up. So there's Adam. There's 90 days of Adam. So burn this image into your head a little bit, so that when I switch screens, you know it'll resonate. So there's your Adam doing its business right there, which is a brutal, ugly chart. And then we take Bicana and we run it over the same 90 days, and you're going to see some eerie similarities to them. So I imagine I'm not allowed to. It's not my story to tell. Let's just say that I stay in touch with TJ, and he's like the founder of the Bicana Feast. So we stay in touch, and I have my concerns, and he has his concerns. But I'm not clearing my positions in this because there's something coming up, and I don't know how to say this, Bell. There's no real good way to say it. I'll tell you what. I'm not clearing my position, and I'll just leave it there. Anyway, Bell, carry on, please.
Luke, Juno is around 5% over 7 days. It's beating Adam and Osmo. I know
Juno, I didn't even look at it.
It's not a brag for Juno, but there's something wrong when Juno is outperforming both Adam and Osmo.
Yeah, you know, maybe they're going to come back. Let's take a look at it. We'll see the 7-day on Juno. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, it is. It's up 4.6%. I think that's marvelous. I was in dissenter though, so that we beat it up a little bit. But yeah, there's something really, you know what? I'm going to give it a good. I can't remember the last time I gave Juno a good. Yeah, there's something cooking over there now. Keep in mind, guys, all right, Juno is a do-nothing chain, man, all right? They produce empty blocks. They're parking lots. They produce empty blocks. There's nothing new going up. This thing has dripped into complete wild idea. Let's throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. I would never be a serious Juno investor ever. They had their chance, and they absolutely pissed it away. But I'll tell you what, man, out of every token in the ecosystem, I got more heat for Juno than I did for anything else because I made videos and I sold all of my Juno at $28. I mean, I dumped it all. Gone. And I got more heat for that. You have to be stupid. You don't understand crypto. You don't know how it works. This thing's going to hundreds of dollars, and won't you feel like an asshole? No, I don't. I feel just fine about my decisions. My heart bleeds for everybody who's stuck around on this thing, though, man. Look, you gotta look at it, guys. How does it generate income? How does it capture value? These are not buzzwords. These are Econ Zero words. And it's the first thing that you should be looking at when you're considering an investment is what makes it go up? If it is simply more people buying than selling is what makes it go up, buy Bitcoin. All right, you'd be better off. You're going to have a lot less volatility and more people believe in it. But if that is the only thing that gives value to what your project, then just buy Bitcoin. Because at least that you got a much bigger market cap, more liquidity, and less volatility. Take Jackal. You know what makes it go up? Two things. Of course, people buying and selling it because it is a crypto, but people using it because you have to use it. You have to pay to use it. All right, that's an income. This gets into Business 101. Very, very basic Business 101, which is a single piece of paper. On this side, it says income, and on this side, it says expenditures. And as long as this side is higher than the other side, then you're going to be a profitable business. Now, as you scale, your costs go up. You're going to have to acquire more users. Yeah. It's, again, basic stuff. But you can look at this and say, okay, I understand what is necessary to make this token go up. I get it. A cash, I know more people lease servers. Server go up. Token go up. It's very, very simple. What would it take to make Juno go up? More people buying it than selling it because there is nothing on the chain. So I appreciate what they're doing, and I get it, man. Look, we're providing jobs, guys. Builders are building. Just got to hold, just got to buy, just got to believe. But you're gonna get buried in that. The only thing that worked out well for it, again, over the last week, and I completely agree, and thank you for the hat tip, is the fact that it outperformed Atom. But I was going to drop a funny, Bill, because you know what else outperformed Atom over the last week? AMP. AMP outperformed Atom. All right, one more, Bell, then we got to go to break.
All right. New type. Thanks for mentioning about my fun times with Cito. He really proved his only purpose is to keep the party going and not ask the real questions on how we can improve Cosmos. Keep the pressure, guys.
Oh, and he never will, man. Look, I'm not beating the guy up. I know what he is, and I know what he's about. He does this for a living. He does this to get paid. I would say I admire it, but we've had a lot of actual sponsorship. A lot of sponsorships thrown our way, and we've turned them all down because we're not going to be those people. We're crypto investors, all right? We're not crypto influencers. But I recognize that people do this for a living. I'm not going to beat them up, man. Look, it's caveat emptor. Believe what the guy says or don't. That's completely up to you, and also none of my business. But yeah, it was an interesting thread. Everything was canned. The statements were canned. There was nothing in there that was exactly illuminating. I'm just surprised that people are still sticking to these narratives that clearly aren't working. Because for God's sakes, you're down 50% in 90 days. All right, this is a problem. Anyway, guys, again, Bell's got us going out on location, and I'm not sure if I can get through this one, but I'm going to give it a go, Bell. All right. So I have to tell you, Podocasters, have we got a very, very special treat for you. This Sunday, we will be broadcasting live from the law offices of Otis and Leopold, downtown Ankeny, Iowa. And as always, we have Tic Tacs to give away. Just say, hey, give me a Tic Tac, and you got it. If you haven't seen the Podocasters live, then you haven't seen the Podocasters. And Otis and Leopold want to remind you that if you have been in any way hurt, maimed, disfigured, got an ouchie, made funny with the funny bone, stubbed your toe, blackened your eye, or have been emotionally traumatized by anyone about anything, then Otis and Leopold believe you have been wronged and deserve compensation. So even though you come for the funny, stay for the payday. Once again, guys, that is the law offices of Otis and Leopold, Ankeny, Iowa, from 3 to 3:15 this Sunday. And folks, we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the Podocasts. And round of applause. Thank you. All right, Belle, what were you saying? Why are we with these guys? Why are we going there?
Well, I mean, it's all my fault. I mean, come on. Some people can't take a joke and they get their feelings all hurt. So, of course, we have to broadcast from our lawyer's office.
They ask you how you are. You just
Are you getting sued?
And you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they wouldn't understand.
Do a live appearance.
Is that it? Are we getting sued? All right, Belle, back to questions. Come on, dazzle me.
All right. So, Bud, what do you think of Arch Token? Seems tough for them to get users.
Arch is an interesting one. Now, we started talking about at least mentioning Arch. I mean, long before they launched. I had a problem with Archway immediately as soon as they showed what they're launching with, because there was nothing terribly interesting aside from Astrovault. There was nothing really terribly interesting that was launching on this token, or on this chain, and all I saw was Juno 2.0. Now, it might be better funded. It might have a different managerial style, but all I saw was another strip mall with an empty parking lot going up. And nothing. I really haven't seen anything different out of them. I mean, they were launching, DEX, some financials, and a couple of NFT projects. But there was really nothing up there that I said, holy damn, I need that. That's what I need. I needed this to put an app on my phone, to use a project, to pay someone to use a project that's built on Archway. I didn't see any of that. And the token itself has just been, well, it's not my favorite. I'll just leave it there. Why don't we all take a look at the chart together and you can tell me what you think about it. But there's your 90-day on Archway, which is damn near exactly what I figured it's going to do. It's going to take it. It's going to come down. It's going to bleed. And then they're going to try to save it 90 to 120 days later when they actually get somebody building up on there. But right now, the only thing that I see up on Archway that is even the least little bit interesting is this. I mean, that's it. That's the only thing. Oh, where's my money? I'm in the wrong wallet, guys. Hang on. The only thing I see interesting up there is actually Astrovault. I mean, that's it. Nothing else over here has really dazzled me, and I don't see it coming. Because what are you guys going to build that's actually beautiful and unique over here? You know, they've been talking up some more financial products as if we don't have a lot of those in the cosmos. Some more NFT platforms. I mean, how's Stars doing, by the way? Should we? I'm not even going to show the stars, man. If you're in it, you know you're feeling the pain too. But yeah, I mean, it was it was flawed from inception. It's a different way of doing the same business, and the same business over here on Cosmos is simply not working. So I wish them the best of luck. I have to have some Arch to trade over on Astrovault, but I only keep enough for gas, and I only buy it when I need it. I mean, that's it. Aside from that, no real interest unless they turn something around. I don't know. Build a porn site on there, man. You'll get a lot of action. Belk, please carry on.
Jack Sparrow, Scott, help me understand. When all these folks tweet that Atom or whatever Cosmos token will kill it in the bull run, in normal stock trading, they give reasons. Here, people never say why or when.
No, and they're not going to, man. Look, there's a method to this. There really is. And I think people should be thankful that I'm a good guy, because I could absolutely kill it as a bullshit shill influencer. I have the voice, I have the cadence, I have professional broadcasting experience. I could actually kill it. But I don't have the heart, man, because it's just wrong. There's You have to have deniability to everything. Anytime you're talking about a crypto, an investment, anything, it always has to have deniability. So that's why it's going to be, it should kill it in the bull run. It will kill it in the bull run without a date or without an end game. I expect this thing to go to $10.17. You just never say when. It's very, very vague. That's the whole idea, because you're playing on people's emotions. And if anything will play on people's emotions more than money, it's either sex or money. Those are the two things that get people really, really fired up. And we happen to be in crypto, so unfortunately it's money. Yeah, they're never going to tell you when or where, but what they're doing is alluding back to the bubble. And I'm sure you guys are or should at least be aware that crypto was just another tech bubble. I mean, that's really all it was back in the heyday. This, of course, being the heyday, back when Atom's $40, back when Bitcoin is $66,000, back when Ren was $1. You know, we're talking about OG tokens that started here, ended up here, had their heyday, and now they're just burning off to dust. That's a bubble, all right? That's a bubble mania. Now, what they're alluding to is, let's get back to the bubble for everybody out here that's sitting here that's lived through it, that said, boy, I wish I sold. Boy, I wish I would have done this back in the bubble. So they're going to allude to that. They will always talk about this mythical bull run, but they'll never really explain the who, what, when, why, where, or how. They will be very vague. They're going to use propaganda techniques. One is called the rule of unanimity. Everybody knows that the bull is going to come back. That's the rule of unanimity. All right, these were coined by a guy named Goebbels. You get anybody familiar with that name, Goebbels? He was Hitler's minister of propaganda, and there were five laws of propaganda. There were 5 that he wrote down, the rules of propaganda, and that happens to be one of them. Is the rule of unanimity. So when you're talking about this, you have to say something like everybody knows, because as soon as you do, you don't want to be left out. Mankind naturally wants to be accepted. You don't want to be left out. Everybody knows, therefore, well, hell, I better know as well. So all of these things, the hypes, the shills, everything, all right, these are psychological conditions. This is stuff straight out of the Army PSYOP manual, which was written based on the work and techniques that were created by Goebbels. You guys are aware of this, right? I'm not the only one who reads. Surely you're aware of this. So They're psychological manipulation techniques. I mean, that's all it is. And they do it for clicks because people would rather get rich talking about crypto than investing in crypto, because one way you get all the reward with none of the exposure. That's why very few of them are actual crypto investors. They're great tweeters, though. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
All right, next one coming in from Chandler DB. Do you see value in Quanx? QANX.
Oh, it's not one that I'm personally invested in, sir. I like to I like to diversify, but aside from my longs right now, I'm very, very condensed in this particular market. So I have to stick with what I know and what I trust. So I am not branching out too far. The bulk of my money is actually, well, not the bulk. The bulk of my money is tied up in Jackal. It's tied up in a cash. It's tied up in a few very, very long tokens for me. But the rest of this is pretty much saved for leverage trading. It's a skill. Believe it or not, leverage trading, it's a skill based on experience, market sentiment, being able to do. There's no real magic number to it. I only get about 60% of my leverage trades correct, but that's enough for me to remain consistently profitable. So I tend to save my dry powder for leverage, and I'm not really branching out into too many unknowns right now. The market's too tight. I don't know what's coming up, so I'm going to protect my capital. I consider that more important right now than actually earn it. I will earn it in leverage, but I will protect everything else. So no, I can't speak on this token, sir. Belle, please carry on.
Microman, I was very happy going from $115 to $123 on my last trade. What else can you do?
Nothing, man. Look, that's it. Look, if you got more money tomorrow than you had today, you did it, dude. You're on the path, all right? It's not always going to be like that. The whole idea, of course, is realize profits, realize profits, realize profits. There will always be another chance. Don't marry your tokens. Even if they're, oh my God, it's never going to stop. I assure you it will. And anything that goes up that fast is going to come down that fast. Realize profits, dry powder. It's very, very important. And just because you sell a position does not mean that you cannot re-enter that position. It doesn't work that you can buy back anytime, man. Don't get locked into these things. All right. These are very, very basic trading investing rules that people should be aware of. If they're not aware of, tune into the podcast because we certainly talk about them and show them. Belle, carry on.
Cool Cat Crypto, no ETF before January 15th, 2024.
No,
You guys should look into the upcoming Craig Wright versus Copa court case. No way an ETF is approved before the outcome of that case.
No, and I don't. They're going to drag their feet just as long as they can, but they're not doing it for your benefit. They're doing it for the benefit of everybody else. They're doing it for the. If you don't think that this big money everybody's counting on to flow into Bitcoin, if you think it is dumb money, it isn't. All right, it isn't. And the people who need to know things do know things. They have a real good idea when this thing's going to be approved. I'm pretty sure they know it already. So it's us. It's us smaller people, our plebs. We are the people out here that simply don't know. But the big money that you're counting on to pump your bags, it absolutely knows. It's not your friend either. So whatever is going to happen, they already know the outcome of this long before we do. So yeah, I think they know. I would peg it. I mean, it's going to be early 2024, but I absolutely believe that they're going to get approved. I don't see any reason why they would do it beforehand. No, I just don't see it. Belle, please carry on.
Luke, I don't want to say this, Scott, because it may be disrespectful, but I watched some old videos on AMP, and you kind of have the same confidence in Jackal as you did AMP in the early days. I mean, no disrespect.
No, man. Look, dude, I'm open to critique, all right? I don't take down old videos. I don't take down old videos. I still like the AMP product. I have absolutely no faith in the management team. Now, I'm a pragmatist, and I understand that sounds like a cop-out, but it isn't. It's how I've been a successful investor so long. As the situation changes, my outlook changes. As market conditions change, so do my investments. All right, where I'm saying you cannot marry a token, you can't even marry that. When it was in its inception and when they were promising everything, it was the right thing at the right time in the right place. But they didn't make any of their deliverables. They spent all their time promising bridges and not delivering any of them. So slowly the token ekes out. It It's time for it to do it when it had complete billion-dollar-plus market cap and everybody was behind it and we couldn't wait. The time for them to make their move was then, but they didn't. They didn't. They sat there on their hands. They sat down on their laurels and bled down. So, yeah, my outlook is going to change. You know what? 10 years ago, I thought BlackBerry was the greatest thing that ever existed. How many of you guys use a BlackBerry now? What I'm saying is that as market conditions change, tech changes, everything changes, you better be able to reevaluate your positions. So, yes, I was extremely confident based on what they were telling me at the time, but they didn't deliver any of them. So, yeah, I'm going to change this out. Now, I'm completely confident in Jackal. Jackal is a different animal. All right, Jackal is not some esoteric thing that we need the entire world to change to be able to utilize. It's data storage. It's a $300 billion a year market and only getting better. I've spent my entire working life working in data storage. Microsoft, Amazon, web services, Google, Facebook, you name it, I work there. I do work there. So I understand the business, and I understand what they're doing. And for me, it simply comes down to cost. To get the same thing on Jackal, for 1 terabyte of storage, hot storage with zero ingress or egress for $8 a month, a comparable product. This is absolute fact. Fact check me. Knock yourself out. To get it from Amazon Web Services for the exact same thing, it's going to be $42 a month. So I look at one and say, oh my God, they are 20% the cost of Amazon. I work at Amazon. I know how much these enter. I can make things, I can put 2 and 2 together. Their only problem right now is that they don't have apps and that they are not mobile. But when they are, and people can start using it, and people are not even aware, such as an app that we're putting out called Amuse, you're not even aware that you're using crypto. We are building a Web 2.5 app. You don't have to know crypto, be familiar with blockchain, Web3, anything. Anybody could give it to your mom who's never even heard of this, and she's going to be storing data on Jackal without even knowing it. So that is what has been missing from the crypto equation and what people continue to tiptoe around. They think more financial, more complex, make it, all leverage this, and they just go nuts. And they ignore very, very basic business of build a product that people will pay to use. That's it. So, yes, I'm confident in it. If the situation changes, I will peel on to whatever is next for me. But right now, I'm extremely confident in it. But, dude, don't be afraid to critique me. All right, I present myself. I get parodied. I mean, there's people out there putting on ball caps and taping cotton balls to their chin. I get parodied, man. You can call me out. If I'm wrong, point out where. I'm happy to have the discussion, dude. I do not have that kind of hubris. Belle, please carry on.
Brownsburg Bets. I thought Bitcana had big news coming.
They do. But it's not my news to give, Brownsburg Bet. I mean, dude, I almost spilled it. I really do. I got to send TJ a thing, too. It's not my news to give, sir. People tell me things. They tell me in confidence, and I'm going to leave it there. Now, they might tell me because I'm a large investor, and you want to keep your investors happy. But it's not my news to give. Again, dude, I'm not going to get up here for clicks. Oh, my God, did you hear about the podcast? I'm not that guy, man. We have fun doing the show. Belle, carry on.
D. Jenny from the blockchain. FET 90-day holding really strong.
FET is, that's funny that you should mention that. That's, the podcast has 3 validators. We have a validator on Jackal. You saw it. We have a validator on Bitcana, personal pet project of mine. And we have a validator on Fetch. It's my solid one, man. That's all I can say. There's so many interesting applications that are being built up on Fetch. The one that I loved, they discontinued it for some reason. They let that thing bomb, but it was like a blockchain version of Facebook, where you're. I thought it was marvelous. I thought it was absolutely marvelous. I thought it was right. It was on time. They ran out of development funds. They couldn't get any more VC funding, so they let it die. But that thing was wonderful. But it's one of the many things that were going up on Fetch. So yeah, Fetch's pet project of mine, another one. But between Fetch and Arai, those are the 2 AIs that I've been in for years, and I'm sure you guys have seen my videos. They're not going away. So those are my ones. Belle, carry on, please.
All right, Microman. I don't understand the piece of paper. Is there a 10-part course for only $29.95 that explains it?
That explains business 1 or business 0. Yeah, man, it's called Life Lessons. And yes, for $29.95, once a month, Microman, you can come on and me and you will just talk for a half hour, and I will educate you, sir. All right, you're no threat to me. Bell, carry on.
John Wick Trading. Scott, I am done with Osmo.
I'm
TF,
glad.
you don't know what TF is.
Yeah, round of applause, dude. I cleared a long time ago, man. I knew where this is coming, where this thing was going. But I'm not, it's crypto, man. You don't know. The funny thing about these cartel coins, and yeah, I'm saying cartel coins. I know there is no cartel. There's absolutely a cartel. Is that they can bail them out. These guys have enough capital, man. They can bail out anything at any time. If they wanted Osmo to be back up to 85 cents, they could certainly buy up enough tokens to make it go up to 85 cents. Right now, I think they're happy. They're content, just savaging the chain, just absolutely pulling a train on retail investors, building up their bags or their bags of USDC. I think they're happy about doing it, or I'm sorry, happy to do it. But as far as saying that, but there are no price predictions, man. Nobody can nail one and get it right. You can react on market sentiment. That's about it. So I mean, that thing could pop up to $1.08 tomorrow, and I literally wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying that it could, because you got to understand crypto. And yeah, it's one of those funny things, so you never know. But as far as me owning it, let me see. How much do I own? Let me see. On my assets right there, I own 1.5 Atom. So, yes, I still have some. I'm sorry, Osmo. I own 1.59. I own enough for gas, and that's pretty much it. Bell, carry on.
Hopeful Hobo. Thoughts on Near?
Near isn't going anywhere. I'll just it's ecosystems are kind of going nuts right now, and obviously, man, look, Near is not a small protocol. There's a lot over there. My big problem with Near protocol is the financials. My problem with most of these protocols is that they are effectively nothing but financials. I mean, that's all they are. Some of the things that I absolutely adore, people just they don't know or don't care. What's the have you guys ever heard of an app called N Mobile? Have you ever heard of this? N Mobile. Bell, type it in chat. It's the most secure blockchain-based or chat program that exists in the world. It's called N Mobile. Have you guys ever heard of that? And odds are good that you haven't. So my entire focus has shifted back over into simply products. That's it. That's all I really want to deal with, because these are what are going to come out of the bear market, not your big ecosystem protocols, man. They're too busy eating themselves. I mean, they just are. So I have no real interest in their tokens anymore. But yeah, you know what? Nears, they got runway, man. They're going to hang in there. It's nothing that I'm going to invest in, because I don't care for the projects that are built on their protocols. But it's more or less comfortable investment. It's not going to bleed off or boom off more than anything else. So that's you asked. That's my response. Bell, please carry on.
Luke, are Astrovault LP rewards live yet?
Nope, not yet. You can collect, if you do trading over here, you can collect Gravitate. And that's funny, because I was on their AMA, Bell. I attended Eric's AMA, or Astrovault AMA, and they were talking it up. I was trying to figure out what can I do with the Gravitate. And I told him I should be able to take this and redeem it on the Cosmos merch store, because I want to buy an Osmo rug and an Atom rug and a Juno rug. They have all the rugs on the Cosmos merch store. And how much poetic justice would it be for me to buy an Osmos rug that I could put at my entryway, wipe my feet on, and I bought it with Gravitate from one of their competitors, which is Astrovault. I think that would be hysterical. So no, the token's not live. The APRs are not live yet, but anything that you put up over here, it sets you up for an airdrop. I'm indifferent to airdrops. I don't really care. I'm just trying to support the DEX. Yeah, because I got a lot of money over on this thing that's earning nothing right now. Is what it is, man. I try to put my money where my mouth is. Bell, please carry on.
Luke, is it as easy as taking a massive long 10x when stupid money starts coming in?
I'll be long. I'll just leave it there, man. I'll be long. I tend when I leverage trade, man, I'm usually 15, anywhere from 15 to 20, dude. I mean, I'm all in. If nothing else, I'm a degenerate gambler, so I like the action. I like the rush. I like all of these things. I'm a disciplined degenerate gambler. I don't know if that works. That sounds like an oxymoron, but. Yeah, I mean, we even catch wind of this, dude, I'll be 20x long. I'll have $500,000 in there. I mean, I'll push it. This will be the one. I either retire and my kids are set, or it didn't work out and I have to rebuild. It'll be one of those two. Belle, carry on.
Microman, what are we missing that's stopping the likes of Amazon switching to Jackal? We know they love to cut.
There's no reason that they could not implement the protocol. That's the whole thing. There's no reason that they couldn't. But right now, it simply comes down to public awareness. People don't know that Amazon has complete access to all of your data, all of it. Anything you put up that goes to the cloud, Amazon can see it. They can copy it. They can trade it. They can do anything. All right, anything with it. And they're not unique. Microsoft's same way, Facebook's same way, Apple's same way. They're all the same way. So why would you change your model if nobody's calling you on it? That's really where it comes down to. You know, Jackal is going to be a niche product. It will. But the things that it has going for it that appeal to me is, of course, the price and the privacy. Now, these, unfortunately, one of these is simply a feature of the product, and that's privacy. Most people don't care about features. They're going to care about cost. That's what I'm banking on. Belle, please carry on.
Donnie G, is the mystery validator still coming soon?
It's actually up and live, man. It's holding my money. I don't want to be responsible for you guys' money. I don't want people to come back and say, you're doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. I'm not. All right. So, yes, the mystery validator is actually alive and well. And there's another one that's going to be coming up. But you guys got to remember, man, I only stand up validators on chains that I support. And if these are chains that I support, I don't sell the tokens on the chains that I support. That's specifically why we stand up the validators. But no, I haven't told you guys about this one because I'm not even sure that I'm willing to take the risk. How about that? I'm going to leave it right there. And Donnie, I'm glad to see you back, man. You haven't been here for a bit. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
Ray for Ray 24, what's your opinion on Tipcoin?
I haven't even heard of it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be obtuse, man. I mean, if it's something that you're really, really interested in, I'm not trying to poo-poo it. Again, I'm very, very condensed right now. I'm protecting my money, and I haven't bought that Paul token either. That shit that was running loose. That thing that was running loose over here. Hang on, this one here. It's a perfect indication of crypto, man. I mean, it's just so indicative of crypto and what it is and what it does. I'm sorry, it's fading out. No, sir, I have no opinion on it. If you like it, good. That's it, man. You should hit satisfaction in your investments. I have no particular opinion on it. Haven't even heard of it. Belle, carry on.
Microman with the last question. Is the mystery validator boot?
Yeah, that's it, man. I've always been a big fan of Bostrom. That was the Bostrom network. You know, that thing, it was back in the heyday, man. If you actually look at it, Bostrom went through it, man. It was there for the rush. It was there for all of that stuff. So it's been awesome. But no, it's not Bostrom. I have no zero interest in that, but that's a lot of fun. Okay, anyway, we're going to be wrapping it up. We went a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure I got to everybody's questions. Guys, again, I can't tell you how much it means to me that you continue to watch this program, that you continue in here to support us, and just listen to me babble. I think it's wonderful. I've made a lot of really, really good friendships between the podcast Discord. It's just this is why we do it. We continue to come back for the family. You guys are awesome. Crypto YouTube is in the shitter. Crypto Twitter is in the shitter. Everything is in the shitter. But for us, it never really changed our day-to-day because we don't do this for money. So it never really affected us that, everything's down, views are down, all that. We didn't even know because, again, we don't really get paid to do it. But it means the world to me, man, that you guys keep tuning in. Questions or comments right there, man. Look, Scott at ThePodocasts.com. I'd love to be able to have any kind of discussion that you guys want to have about anything that you want to have. We tend to we tend to stick with the fundamentals, the basics, because these are what have served me over 25 years in differing markets, is sometimes just keeping it simple, stupid. And I remind myself of that a lot. Right now, my current investment portfolio has me keeping it simple. It's still working out. I'm still have more money tomorrow than I did today. So that tends to work out. But yeah, man, look, you guys keep tuning in. We're going to keep bringing it. We're having a ball. Anyway, going to turn it over to Belle. She's going to talk us up, talk us out. Guys, I had a wonderful time. Take it away, madam.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys for the wonderful questions and comments this evening. Some of the sarcastic ones were absolutely hilarious.
They were good.
Now, we are going to be back on Saturday at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard. In between now and Saturday, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to email Scott or myself, Scott@ThePodcasts.com or Bella@ThePodcasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't say thank you guys enough, and we will see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.